Okay. All right. I'm just gonna get started like right away. Just don't want to waste any time because I'm a speedrunner. So I'm just practicing for the Kessel run right now. Just trying to refresh myself. Hopefully get a little bit of a good commentary in here and there. Yeah. So this is not going to be a perfect run by any means. I just like want to practice the fundamentals, just get one good run in, and yeah, we should be good to go. So first we need to go for the div star again, and we need to save the game. First save file.
All blasters fire! Let's take this guy out. Open fire! Getting close.
Wow, that almost put me into the laser. Crap.
Target at maximum firepower. Fireman! Over there! Give them all you've got.
What? Okay, there we go. Crap. All right. Oh my gosh. I was playing Star Wars? What? Why in the hell is Novice playing Star Wars? What a cringe series. Honestly. And time, or as I would say if this was a real run. Yeah, so thing about doing new run is that you have to make sure that you can. Well, the thing about doing a new game plus run specifically for this game is that you have to make sure that that your save file is ready, because the game auto saves your progress. So you essentially have to make sure you already have like a file saved in another slot where you're at the final level. Because like if you go too far in the prologue, it kind of misses some things up. It misses like very specific things up, like if you go past the first force wall, the next time you load that save file, if you get to the checkpoint past that first force wall, and like you like restart the level for whatever reason, that force wall will still be broken. So that kind of messes things up. Let's see. Yes. Cell sucks, especially Cal. Yeah. What a cringe character. What a terribly written character Cal is. Yeah. Screw Cal. Nobody likes Cal. My homies don't like Cal. Okay, so should have saved that. Exit. Now, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Okay, so I am very excited to speedrun this game. I am on the Kessel Run event right now. Yes, totally at the Kessel Run event right now, commentating this right now, totally. And so the very first thing you'll notice me doing here is that I am pressing the A button to like just I'm essentially just choking at nothing here, because while you're in the choke animation for Darth Vader, you'll actually just move slightly faster while doing this for some reason. So yeah, that's why Darth Vader is constantly choking right now. Also, like, this prologue is a little bit scary, to be honest, because mostly because the Wookiee spawns are slightly random every single time. It's a little bit unpredictable. Like, there's like a couple of things that are predictable here and there, and like I generally know when to time my force pushes. However, the problem with this is that while I'm doing the choke animation, I'm very susceptible to getting shot at by the Wookiees. And depending on where they spawn, it depends on whether I have an easier or harder time getting through this without dying. Because dying loses you like around like 20 to 30 seconds, depending on how close or far you are to the next checkpoint. This is a checkpoint right here. Okay, give me that that health potion. So right now I'm getting pretty good luck. The spawns aren't that bad, and I'm able to get through the section pretty unscathed. And for some reason, most of the Wookiees die right there for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, anyway, so now we get to this section, and what I'm gonna do here is a bit of a camera I can't even say the word right. Camera manipulation. So the Wookiees here tend to spawn behind you, so I'm intentionally going to go over here. Wait a few seconds, then yep, they should all spawn right behind me. Okay, that didn't quite go to plan. Usually it's a whole group of Wookiees. Yeah, okay. Alright, I did not do a good job at spawning the Wookiees. That's okay. Now we get to the Rogue Jedi fight. Now, this pretty much, this specific fight makes or breaks runs. Because, basically you want to be trying to hit Rogue Jedi on his side, and it's a very, very specific angle that you have to hit him at, and it can be really hard sometimes just trying to get like a feel for where getting a feel for where he needs to be hit. So this is a really tricky fight to like do fast, but luckily I managed to do this pretty well. And yeah, that was a pretty good prologue right there. For 420 is not that bad. Now we control the main character, Starkiller, and he has access to a lot more moves than Darth Vader. We're mainly going to be using Force Lightning, which is a very powerful crowd control move that stuns most nearby enemies and does a heck of a lot of damage. So there's very little reason not to use it. Now we want to get onto this TIE fighter elevator if we're skilled enough, and luckily I am a professional speedrunner, so therefore I can make it there. Next we want to get onto this platform. I just realized I went onto the wrong platform, so alternatively we want to just stay on this TIE makeshift elevator here and get up here this way. Not part of the plan, that's not what you're supposed to do, but that's kind of a little bit of a backup strat in case you royally mess up like the unprofessional speedrunner that I am. So you want to kill that rocket guy because he will be a problem if you let him stay alive, so you just have to kill him. That's the morally correct choice right there. And you want to kill all these guys here. Again, very morally correct for what you're doing here. Now we wait for the ship to arrive. Because it has the rest of the militia troops that we need to destroy, so we just gotta wait until they open, then we just instantly kill them. And now we just dash through this long hallway. Now we need to jump over this electricity, which I do like a boss. Like a boss. Now the thing about the force dash is that whenever you're dashing, if there's like nearby enemies around you, the dash will gravitate towards those enemies. You can't, like, you can like sort of control it, but it's definitely not ideal. So yeah, you just have to keep mindful and like kind of tilt the stick right or left, depending, in the opposite direction to like where the enemy is at, if you want to like avoid them. Now we're just continuing to dash through these enemies. So what I like to do is just kill them all with electricity. They just go down pretty fast. And now we get to our first ATST fight. And the strat I'm doing right now is what I like to call the Lightning Saber strat. This was originally discovered by StarFalco64. And the gimmick there is, or the trick there, I should say, is that you do more damage over time if you hold the A button to force lightning and do multiple throw sabers in a row, and that causes just massive damage over time to those large bosses, which is really useful. It saves a lot of time on those large bosses.
Got one in view.
Just to force pushes, just to aerial assaults, I should say, there, and that gets those enemies down. Now, because I'm on New Game Plus, one of the benefits is having access to warrior force abilities at the start, and they are powered up to the max. So when I do aerial assaults to this guy, he just his health just goes down. Like, I kind of almost feel bad for Ramcoda, as it just gets brutally annihilated by my force powers. And that is it for Ramcoda, and we will never ever see him again. Never ever. So anyway, the next level is the Jedi Temple. I love the Jedi Temple. I think it's pretty much one of my favorite levels in this game. Mainly because of its creepy atmosphere. Like, if you don't speedrun through the game, and you actually like take the time to like kind of walk around and listen to the sounds, you'll notice that like you can hear like ghosts whispering almost, which is a very cool effect. I really like that effect in this game. So now we get to face against Darth Dislis. And shoot it down pretty easily. Just one more push. And now we made it to the quick time section. And the statue goes bonk there. Very nice stuff. And now we are on to Rex's Prime, one of the worst worlds in the game, mainly because of its higher difficulty with the junk golems and the junk dogs. I still need to actually like look up what the wolf-like junk golems are called. So I always forget. I don't know why. So now we have like a whole bunch of junk golems that we need to defeat, which we should be able to get there in a matter of seconds. All right. So the junk behemoth. I don't like this boss at all. It feels like he can guard at any time like that. And yeah, just kind of have to hope that he doesn't do that, essentially. Yeah, I'm not getting very lucky here, unfortunately. Again, it's one of those bosses where you have to hit it at a specific angle in order to not have it trigger that guard animation. And I'm unfortunately just not getting it right. Oh crap! And yeah, you definitely don't want this to happen because it just wastes a lot of time. But anyways, it's down, and we don't have to deal with it ever again. Now this is a bit of an interesting section. I can never remember what to do. I can never remember how to do. So you want to make sure that these junk golems are dead. Now it's really important that you jump and dash there, because it actually delays the spawn of that junk dog for some reason. Okay, I did not do that right. Yeah, like if you don't do this a specific way, the junk dogs like just spawn immediately and they'll just ambush you. And you do not want that to happen. Ah, crap. So just keep dashing through these small corridors. Now one thing to note about these forest doors is that you want to make sure you're very clear of all of like any nearby enemies before attempting these, otherwise you'll get knocked out of the animation. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, got pretty lucky there, because sometimes the junk golem can actually just shoot you while you're doing that specific one, which is annoying. Now Drixel is stupidly easy. So like sometimes, okay, so Drixel has some weird physics where if you drop him at an angle and like he like rides out on the slope, sometimes he actually takes a bunch of full damage. I'm trying to replicate it, but I'm not getting very lucky, unfortunately. So give it one more try. Alright, well, that was a shame. Didn't get the full damage I wanted. Now you want to make sure you want to do this. Okay, I did that wrong. So that was not what not to do when trying to do that section. So again, like you have to like jump in a certain way and fall in a certain way to make sure that those junk dogs spawn slower. And unfortunately, I wasn't so lucky. Oh. Now, Junk Titan is unique in that the only like real way to damage him is throwing objects at him, which is not exactly the most intuitive to do in this game. But it goes down pretty fast if you know what you're doing. And so now, if we do his quick time attack, he'll go down. And now we get to face up against Kessel, who is extremely easy on New Game Plus. Extremely easy. Oh, got hit there. Unfortunate. Yep. He kind of got just goes down. So like most of these bosses are definitely a lot harder on just going through the game normally, but on New Game Plus, you're just like so overpowered that that bosses just go down in a matter of seconds if you just know how to do that strat.
Hold it right there.
Okay. There we go. Oh gosh, my movement here is a bit scuffed. So apologies for that. Nice, no issues there. Usually I have one or two issues there, but today was my lucky day. Ah. There we go. Yeah, Darphobos is just decimated in a matter of seconds on New Game Plus. Really not much to say other than the fact that that you can easily skip her cutscene if you actually deal too much damage. Because like there's supposed to be a cutscene that plays during the middle of her fight, but like if you over damage her, it just won't play, which is very funny. Now we're on to Felucia, one of the longest worlds. Well, one of the longer worlds, I should say. And the Felucia warriors here are very annoying. Right, I forgot it does that. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I'm actually gonna do some camera manipulation because, again, enemies tend to try and spawn behind you. So we just kind of keep moving camera around like that. Yeah, a bit. Enemies do tend to kind of spawn near you. Oh gosh. And there we go. Not bad. Now here we have our first Rancor fight. And if you don't know how to deal with these enemies, they can be very annoying to deal with because of their large swiping attacks. However, if you do the lightning saber strat, you'll be able to do these, deal with these enemies in no time. Just need to get through those 2 force doors and go here, and you get double the trouble. Okay. But honestly, like, the strat is just the same here. Just kind of run away from them a little bit. They just kind of die. Yeah, and while you're doing this, like, they don't really have a lot of opportunity for them to attack you, so... Yep. Cool. Oh, I forgot to split my timer. That's unfortunate. Now this section we don't really have much to talk about. It's just a long hallway with some enemies here and there to avoid. Just gotta keep dashing up this little mountain trail thing, and eventually we'll get to Shark Tea. Oh wow, okay. Sometimes that can happen. Wait for my force bar to rejuvenate there. So definitely not the fastest. Also, definitely not very fast there, but could have been slower. Could have been slower. Now, the important thing here is to not fail the quick time here, because if you do, you lose a lot of time because this quick time event is so long. So you just gotta focus here a little bit. You should get it through it just fine. Go. My mission. And now we get a barrage of cutscenes that we can just skip. Thankfully, the switches, the load times for this game on Switch are amazingly fast. They are easily easily the fastest version of this version of the game. There's a bit of a... There is a ton of versions of this game out there, and yeah. there's also too much to cover in one speed run, but yeah. Anyway, so Narshada is pretty short. Not a whole lot to say. Just go make sure you get the coda, and oh yeah, and watch out for the bombers, because these guys are pretty annoying, all things considered. Okay. There we go. You played this game on the PS2? Same, yeah. That's how I first played this game as a kid. And now for the Shadow Guard. So people who played the PS2 version of this game will know that this fight was notoriously difficult when you played it casually and you didn't know what you were doing. Like, this fight can be really hard if you don't know what you're doing. But if you do know what you're doing, this fight is kind of a joke. Do I feel bad killing all these people? No. I mean, I'm a Sith Lord. What do you expect? You expect me to feel bad for all the lives I've taken? No. So anyway, we have some Imperial troops here. And kind of just kill lightning, do a little bit of camera manipulation, because like there are some clone troopers that do spawn in right there, and just kill them all, and progress your way further into the temple. Ooh. So yeah, not much to say here, just more running and dashing. Get into this elevator, and you get a rematch with the Rogue Jedi. My favorite fights where nothing goes wrong at all. Okay, we do not want to get into these force locks, because that just wastes time. Okay, I'm getting a bit unlucky here. I'm getting really unlucky. So ideally you want to loop him by doing these aerial assaults at specific times. And just make him like flip over and over. But yeah, I don't seem to get the timer down, but anyway. Anyway, you just casually kill your undead. And now we're on to Kashyyyk. There's honestly not too much to say about Kashyyyk, other than that it's a little bit long and not really doing a whole lot of stuff here. You're just running and dashing for these long hallways. Do another ATST fight. Can't go wrong with these fights. You just kind of basically spam spam the lightning saber strat until it dies. Cool. And you want to actually be a good person and free these rookies, so that these guys distract the other clone troopers. And they can all die together, like a happy family. Oh crap! I mistimed letting go of the X button. My bad. Oh gosh. Now the easy way to deal with these guys is to just kind of push them over and over until they fall dead. Distribute these enemies. Oof.
Attack them!
Okay. Oh gosh. Okay, I didn't do this quite right. Oh well. Okay. Okay, this guy is not dying. Alright. Oh, I forgot to split again. Oops. I'll make sure you dodge the rocket there. Honestly, not much to say beyond just gotta keep running, jumping, and dashing. Oh gosh. Now this fight can be a little annoying if you don't know what you're doing. So you need to break down those 4 spirits as quickly as possible. Once you take one down, then the next one, the next spirit shields go down. Then you take that one, and so on and so forth. Because what they do is provide a shield to the ATST there, and that's just not good. That's not good at all. We want these not here. We want these not alive anymore. And yeah, he dies. Okay.
Who was?
And now we get to go to Fallujah again. Hooray! Yay! But honestly, I like this I like the second visit a bit more. Just because it's much shorter and more concise. Oh gosh. That usually doesn't happen, where I just get randomly shot out of the sky like that. Oh gosh. Oh, okay. I got stuck on that mushroom sit box there. Lots of wacky stuff you can do in this game. Alright, you want to make sure you get on this plant so that you don't get like knocked away too far when you're doing the lightning saber strat to this full rancer. Okay, I've never seen that before with the Pollution Warrior just like it's just frozen there. That's new. I'm gonna get to fight Maris Brood. So like most of the other humanoid bosses you face, just gotta aerial assault her to death. But you don't want to get too close to her, otherwise she'll like just guard and dodge away, and we don't want that. Now for this Rancer, if you stay in this specific boss, you're essentially the Rancor will not attack you for whatever reason, and you're just free to do as much damage to it as you like, just like so. There we go. Very easy. Yeah, so definitely
He's here.
definitely a con of this game is just like the lack of depth to what you do. Like there's a lot of things in this game that can be just trivialized by one or two strategies, which is definitely unfortunate. Anyway, this is also this world is also not that great. You would think that the Secret Visitor's Record Shrine would be at least a little bit better, but no, it's actually pretty bad. Because you're essentially doing the same thing over and over again, where you're clearing out a bunch of enemies and you're opening doors. Like, you're doing this a lot in Civil. It's absolutely insane.
Spotted one.
Come on. Now, something I didn't explain before is that you don't want to get too close to these ATSTs, otherwise if you get too close, you'll be forced into a QuickTime event, and we do not want to get forced into the QuickTime events, otherwise we will lose time. Because they do not deal enough damage just by being in them. Okay, I'm getting really close, so I want to back off. Okay, it's also not good that he's trapped in the corner like that, because now that means I can't get behind him. And you always, ideally, you always want to be behind these ATSDs, just so he doesn't have a chance to get a shot on you. And since my lightning is on the A button, I can't actually lightning him, because if I press the A button there, it'll force me into that QuickTime event, and that would waste time. So once we've done that, we can get onto this elevator, and this is where we're going to be doing a lot of the same thing. So we have to take care of these force field generators. This can be done easily with the maximum Maelstrom ability. Gotta get rid of this trooper. Okay, gotta also get rid of the other trooper. Okay, take care of all those guys. I'll make sure you force push those enemies to give you enough time to force push this door open. Now this place is extremely dangerous because there's a lot of enemies shooting you at once. Thankfully, because of the fully powered up Maelstrom, you can get there pretty safely. You can get out of that situation pretty easily, is what I should say. Speaking of easy things, Shadow Guard is pretty easy and predictable. If you jump like right before the guy gets up, like so, he'll always do that ground move. So he is pretty easy in that regard.
You there, boy?
Oh wow, okay. Did not do that right. Did not do my splits right. Won't need to matter. Well, my splits won't matter in the Kessel run because I'm only allowed to show just the timer and nothing else. So I don't need to worry about splits. So anyway, now we're here at my favorite, my personal favorite world, Cloud City. I just generally like the aesthetic of cities floating in the sky for some reason. I find the concept very cool.
What are you doing?
And I find that there's like enough like variety in like level design to keep me like not bored of this place, even though like what you're doing in and of itself isn't all that great. the grand scheme of things. Okay, so we got a few ways of chopper slugs to deal with. Unfortunately, we have to wait for the ship to drop off the rest of the enemies. Yeah, so we're just kind of awkwardly standing here until it drops off the enemies, which we can just take down instantly. Jump over those guys. Again, just do lightning spam. Just kind of lure the enemies over here. So we're in a good spot. So once the other enemies come in. Oh. There we go. Toss that enemy aside because he is very annoying if he gets in your way. Now you want to make sure these Mandalorians are like kind of as close together as possible. I am not doing a very good job at that. Yeah, so you want like the three of them grouped together so that you can do the maximum amount of damage. Yeah, this fight isn't all that great, if I'm gonna be honest. It's very much just lure them over here and just lightning them until they die. Yeah. Just jump over those enemies. Get back in the elevator. Oh crap. Try not to get hit by the big guy. Now you want to make sure you avoid that bomb right there. That bomb specifically will instantly kill you. So you just gotta be wary of that. Now the way I deal with these thugs, so I drop them off right like so. Yeah, it's just safer to just drop them off like that instead of trying to like throw them in a certain direction. Otherwise, they'll just auto lock onto an object or something, which is very inconvenient. Now, for the cleave fight, you need to electrocute these enemies. And yeah, you just gotta do this until the two robots behind Cleave actually die. Which should be any second. Almost there. There we go. And now Cleave is similar to the Drexel fight in that he's very defenseless. So you can just like choke him to death without any issues whatsoever. Can finish him off with a lightsaber throw.
I found
him. Yeah, not much to say here. Just avoid the enemies where you can. Now this is a bit of a tricky poor way to navigate through is there's like a lot of enemies coming at you at once, so you need to kind of just jump over them. Okay, now again you want to group these Mandalorians together, which is a bit hard because like, there's a lot of objects around you, and if you don't see like the blue aura around one of the Mandalorians, chances are you're not grabbing them. You're just gonna grab an object instead, which is not what you want. Okay, that guy went all the way over there for some reason. Never seen that happen. Now, time for Basilisk, which is easily the worst fight in the game because he has virtually no weaknesses. You're just gonna have to. Honestly, like the fastest way is just do the lightning saber strat. Just try to deal as much damage as you can to him while he just constantly slaps you back. And that's basically this fight, unfortunately. So eventually he's going to try and do a big slam attack. Like that. You just want to jump over that and basically do a lot of free damage to him, and you'll eventually get into his quick time event. Into his forced quick time event, I should say. And since Chopper is just a normal human being, he can just easily be choked to death, which is kind of a shame. But it is what it is.
You can't win this.
I love he says you can't win this while I'm choking him. I love that sort of poetic irony. Now we have a bunch of cutscenes to go through. Again, the load times are extremely fast on the Switch version of the game. So very, very little downtime. And now we are finally at the Death Star. This is definitely the hardest level of the game, which makes sense because there's a lot of enemies and they do a lot of damage to you. This is actually one of the this is actually kind of tough on if you're doing a casual playthrough of this game. But since we're doing a New Game Plus playthrough and I'm very experienced, this is virtually no problem for me. So like we've been doing the whole game, just kind of we're gonna get into waves of enemies and we have to just kind of beat them with lightning. Oh gosh, I missed a guy somehow. Okay, come on.
What's that over there?
Okay, well make sure you you hide behind these boxes, otherwise the stormtroopers will be able to shoot you. Oh, right. I forget that this bridge is broken. It's only supposed to... the lights are supposed to flash red there only when the lasers are about to hit, but yeah, for some reason the lights flash even when the laser is not due to come. So now I'm gonna try to attempt the bridge strats. And I successfully do it. Hopefully I can do that in the actual Kessel run. But it's very tricky to pull off. Oh man, I love donuts. Mix up. I actually don't like. Well, I've never actually had much donuts in my life, but I mentioned they're pretty alright. Now for these flying guys, what we're gonna do is force push them over. Into the pits, however, maybe a bit of difficulty with these. By the way, the strat only works in the Switch version. Now you have the Swanlet ATST, who is very much a jerk compared to the other ATSTs. Fortunately, this guy is kind of giving me a hard time. Cool. Okay, and one more. Let's try to do it. Oh crap, oh crap. Alright. Time for the super epic Darth Vader fights, which, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, can also be whittled down easily using the aerial assault strat. Now it's very easy to mess up this quick time event, but luckily I'm a skilled professional player, so I will not mess this up. And now finally, we choose to fight Vader at the very end, and he goes down in a matter of seconds. And time. Just a little bit over an hour. So unfortunately, I'm 2.5 minutes off of my world record. which is fine.
Excellent. Lord Vader was a hollow shadow.
And yeah, that's kind of it for the run. Yes, I think in terms of commentary, I don't think I was too bad. I think I managed to like kind of talk about things for the majority of the run. There was certainly some moments where like I just couldn't really think of anything to say. But yeah, like I think I explained most of the basics well. The basics of the run well. And hopefully I'll be able to kind of replicate stats and hopefully do better commentary when it comes to the Kessel run. Yeah. It's gonna be a cool event. And I can't wait to actually just show the run to a bunch of people. Yep. So the event schedule is linked down in the description. And from there you'll be able to see like when when I'm scheduled in your local time zone. So there's no need for me to like kind of announce which time zone or whatever. Like if you click on it, it'll just the times and dates will automatically be adjusted to your time zone. So very convenient. Be funnier next time. How about you be, I don't know, I can't think of retorts, but I'm sorry, I'm not. Look, I'm not a comedian, okay? I'm not a comedian, so you can't hold me to those standards, all right? I'm a very educational and informative guy who talks about games and hot muscular men, okay? Like I'm not a comedian. I'm just not. So you can't uphold me to those standards. It's just not happening. But yeah, anyway, that's gonna be it from me. Can't wait to showcase this run at the Kessel run, which is only in a couple of days. So yeah, I will see you later, and